Hello, my name is Levi Estrada, and today I'm going to be talking about how to exercise consistently. Now, I know that most people have a lot of trouble exercising consistently, and I do too. Actually, when the pandemic started, before the pandemic started, I used to have a decent exercise routine. But then when the pandemic started, something happened and I just couldn't do it any longer. I thought to myself, you know what, I'm gonna take a couple months off. It's just gonna be, 1 or 2 months, and then I'll go back to it. Of course, I had the very naive idea that the pandemic would last a couple of months as well. But anyway, after 3 months, I didn't go back. And then another 6 months passed and I hadn't gone back to exercising. And so that meant that I was gaining a lot of weight. I actually gained around 10 to 12 kilos in that period of time, in around 9 to 10 months. And so I started to panic and I didn't know what to do. And I was very frustrated with myself because I would look at myself in the mirror and I would see someone that I didn't want to be. So that's when I got to, what everyone does. Just go to YouTube and start looking for videos about motivation, because I thought that the answer was there in motivation videos. I needed to be motivated to start again. I wanted to be motivated again. But that's when I discovered one of the things that has made a crucial difference in this journey of me coming back to consistent exercise, or creating the habit of exercise. And it's that motivation as itself is a myth. I think that motivation is not something that you can just force your mind into, or you can just tell your brain like, hey, dude, you have to be motivated because I don't like the reflection of my image in the mirror. I just don't like it. So please be motivated. You cannot be motivated after watching 7 hours of videos of people talking about how amazing exercise is and the immense amount of benefits that it brings to your body. It's just not going to happen. That's not how it works. I believe that motivation comes once you start seeing it on yourself. So you actually have to start. And after you start, and after you've done it for maybe a month, then you will start to feel motivated, because you will look at yourself in the mirror and you will start to see that person that you want to see, that image that you want to have is right there, or it's shaping. So that's when you are actually motivated. That's when you actually feel like, all right, I want to keep doing it. I want to do more. But it doesn't come before. Now, there was another thing that was very important to me. During this search for motivation, I came across this 20-second rule. I don't know if you've heard of it. There are thousands of videos on YouTube. There are thousands of blogs. But basically what it says is the less time it takes to do something, the more likely you're actually going to do it. So it's a 20-second rule because the idea is that if an activity is less than 20 seconds away from you by the time you think about starting to do it, then you're probably going to do it. The problem comes when the activity is more than 20 seconds away from you, or it takes you more than 20 seconds to start doing any given thing, because our brain is like, nah. It happens very often that you just finish your work, you finish whatever you have to do, and you say, okay, this is my time, I'm gonna do exercise. But then just the thought of having to change your clothes, go get your sneakers, fill up a bottle of water, is just too much. So you just end up sitting down on the couch and just watching TV. And sometimes you think, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be watching TV. I'm gonna watch just a couple minutes, maybe 20 minutes. I'm gonna, relax for 20 minutes and then I'll go. But we don't go, do we? Let's be honest. We just binge watch whatever we see on television and we never do it. And then when it's too dark, you say to yourself, well, it's late and I'm tired, maybe tomorrow. So there's a third thing that I learned, and is that progress should not be measured with your weight or size, or you should not be thinking about that. Actually, most people say you should set objectives for yourself, and that I think that's good advice basically. But your objective should not be to lose a certain amount of weight, because then, I don't know, it's just not really in your control. I mean, yes, it depends on the things you eat and the exercise you do and everything, but it doesn't feel like it's something that you can decide. You cannot decide to lose weight. You decide to do the things to lose weight. So you don't really have control over it. You have like some sort of an indirect control over losing weight. I don't know if you understand me. But anyway, I thought that your objective should be set on consistency. So setting as your objective to get to the end of the week and be able to say, okay, I worked out every day in this week from Monday to Sunday, because it's actually your decision to do the exercise. So you can control it. It's in your control. So that's why I think your goals should be consistency. Not saying I want to lose 7 kilos a month, or I want to lose 1. So I don't know. Whatever your goal is, I think your goal should be to be consistent. To be able to get to the end of the month and say, okay, I did exercise consistently all through this month. Now, something else that made a huge difference. Actually, this is probably the single thing that just blew my mind. Making it fun. Now, I know you've heard this a lot of times, and most people talk about having like different kinds of routine or doing different types of exercises. Like instead of going to the gym every day a week, you should walk outside, or maybe go to a park, or do different kind of things. And I agree with that. I think that's a good strategy, but it's not really what I'm talking about when I say make it fun. What I'm trying to say is that you should create an association in your brain with exercising and something that you consider fun and entertaining. And I started watching series when I was working out, not listening to music, because even though I think it's fun, so what I did was every time I would catch myself watching a video on YouTube, or watching TikToks, or watching a series, sitting down, I told myself, you know what? Stop doing that. Do the same thing as you do exercise. And this is something that you can do with many kinds of exercise. There are many kinds of exercise in which you can involve these kind of things. So after doing this for some time, I realized that I was looking forward to watching a series every day, because I would be doing exercise as well. So I was inherently looking forward to doing exercise. And this meant the world of a difference, because it just made it so easy. You just lose track of time. And by the time you realize, you've been walking for like an hour. So I think you should try doing this. It was an absolute game changer for me, and I think it can be for you as well. And now, finally, the last thing I want to talk to you about is excuses. And yes, we all know excuses are terrible. They are our biggest enemy. Yes, and many people recognize excuses as their biggest adversary or their biggest enemy. But the problem is that they don't create, or they don't come up with a strategy to defeat this enemy. So they just think like, yeah, no, I'm not making excuses. You will. We all do. We'll all have excuses at a certain point. So what you have to do is to think beforehand about how to defeat that enemy, how to counterattack when the excuse comes, what to say or what to tell yourself. I had a very crazy excuse, but maybe you will relate, I don't know. My problem was that many days I wasn't feeling well emotionally, especially because I was going through a difficult breakup. So I was feeling down, I was feeling sad, a little bit disappointed, and that was my excuse. I don't feel up to it. I'm just too sad. I'm just down. I want to go to bed. I want to forget about the world. I don't want to do exercise. It wasn't until one day I sat down and I thought, I need to be able to defeat this enemy. So I realized that by playing very high energy music, sometimes I would forget about this. So that was my strategy. I said to myself, every time this comes up as an excuse, I'm gonna play this playlist, I'm gonna listen to this playlist, and I'm going to do the exercise. And so that's what I did, because I found a solution to it and I had a strategy to defeat this enemy. So that's what you have to do. No one knows you better than yourself. So think about yourself and the excuses that you will make along the way. And then come up with possible solutions to these excuses. Every problem and every excuse has a solution. So try to find the solution before you are in the problem. Okay, that's it. The only thing I have to add here is don't be afraid to fall down from the horse and start over. Okay? So if you fail and you cannot complete your whole week doing exercise consistently, it's okay. You can always start again. But try to start from the bottom. Do not try to get back from the point where you left it. Don't be afraid to start again. We all fail. But if you fail, just start back, but don't try to start at the same place where you are, at the same volume that you were doing. No, just start again from the bottom, and it's fine. You have your whole life to achieve these. You have your whole life to be fit, so don't worry. Your body's not going anywhere. Just do it for yourself and show everyone that you can, because I know that you can and I know that you will. So that's it. Leave a comment with your opinion or what you think, and I will see you again in the next video. Take care. Bye.